Hey, Blue Table fans. Today we're going to talk about good corking. In fact, you guys need to get zoomed in even more. There we go. All right. First off, I have some just regular cork. This isn't the best grade of cork, but it'll do. And what I have is this giant Forge World Bloodthirster, and he has some nubbed off pegs on his feet. And this'll do. I should reinforce these better, but let me tell you, what I'm going to do is going to work out just great. So what I'm going to do is grab a Sharpie and get an idea of how I want to position these legs on here. Yeah, there you go. You want to look at the model from above. Hold on, let me center this just a little bit better. There we go. You want to look at the model from above and make sure the bulk of it is where you want it to be. So you don't necessarily want the legs to be centered where the feet are, but you want the bulk of the model to be centered. And it's right about like that. So I'm just going to make a little circle here where that first leg is, and then a little circle approximately where the second leg is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with that back leg. Now, some people, they do corking the dumb way, and they just start peeling off pieces and they just sort of put it on, and they're like, this is what rocks look like. No, it doesn't look like rocks. You gotta break it up a little bit better. So what you do is you pull off a piece like this, and then you're going to take your knife and you're going to cut it down the middle. And I'm going to create a bunch of these and put them together. Ooh, this X-Acto knife is really had it. And this cork is really flimsy too. It'll be okay though. The end result is going to be good, guys. You just gotta trust me on that one. So what you do is, in fact, I'm going to just set that piece aside and get a new piece, carve into it, and then split it. There you go. So what you have are pieces that look like this. That's not going to focus on it. Let's see. There we go. All right. Yeah. See how that looks a little more natural? And we're still not there. You got to use your fingernail and just pick off the edge pieces until it looks even more natural, like this. Let me just get it to focus. There you go. That is a good piece of cork, and it's only half the thickness. And then, of course, the other half got peeled off, and that also, let's see if I can get it to focus. Here we go. That other half just looks fantastic. So I've got this little round spot here, and I'm going to start putting glue on. I'm just going to create a little circle of glue around there. Spread it around a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to start building up around the hole, and then his little nub thing is going to go in there. There we go. And again, boy, be careful with this X-Acto. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
No,
Good. Your list just printed off, honey. Okay, here we go. And you don't want the cork to go off the edge of the base. And his hoof will disguise some of this not so well formed cork. This piece I'm putting on right now, it has a visible edge to it. Alright, there we go. This is good. This is really good. Alright, so I'm just going to take his back peg here. See how well it fits. Yep, I didn't do that as tight as I could have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put smaller pieces in here, That's probably, yeah, actually I think that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Okay, here we go. Now, we're gonna use texture. This is BTP House Texture. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a ton of glue on here inside. I'm going to and I'm going to put it on the bottom of his foot here. That one wing is kind of loose. I'm going to fix that later. Here we go. I'm just going to put a placeholder in the front. There we go. And that glue there's a lot on there. So you can't see it. I'm not sure if you can see it, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, without getting any actually on his hoof, I'm going to bleed on a bunch of glue, like a drop or two there, and I'm going to start mounding up pinches of sand around the edge of this. Isn't sticking as well as I had hoped. It's all right. Again, on the front, I'm going to put some glue, and I'm also, I'm sort of squeaking it in through the edge, but what I'm not doing is actually getting it on the side of the hoof. Then I'm going to take some catalyst. I should have prepped this beforehand, because I actually need like a paintbrush or something. Oh, here's a bunch of them. Perfect. And I'm going to dip in here, and I'm going to just put some catalyst on there. So what I did is I put some glue along the side. I shoved in a tiny piece of cork. All right, that's starting to stick. Starting to stick. Now on the front one, I'm actually going to go ahead and just get a tiny little bit of glue underneath that peg, and I'm going to catalyze it. So I take a little bit of catalyst, and I'm going to squeak it on there, just to get it to stick, to stay at all. That loose wing is not helping me. All right, the base is starting to stick now. It's not the best, but it's definitely on there. Some glue is starting to go down the edge of the container. This is not good, guys. All right. Put some on there. Then I'm going to catalyze it. So glue and sand creates like a cement. And let me tell you, it sticks quite nicely. There you go. Now I got some glue on me. That's not the best. Yeah, this wing is not the greatest. So I'm going to go ahead. See, it's starting to stick now. There you go. Let me give you a little close-up on the back. Come on now. What the heck am I doing? There you go. So texture, this sand stuff, when you put it in the glue, it actually will form like a cement. And let me tell you, it works really good. Just gonna get this wing fused back on here. There we go. That's definitely gonna need touch-up work. So there you go. That back leg is on there pretty good. I'm just gonna put glue along the front. Get some sand in there. There we go. Yeah. Come on now. There you go. And that creates like cement around this hoof. I'm going to gently brush some of the sand that's gotten up on the side of the hoof. And I'm just going to let that set. It feels like it's on there pretty good. Now what we can do afterwards is we can mark a little spot here, and we can drill in with a 1/16 inch drill bit, and we can go like 1/2 inch into that hoof, and then put a wire up there, put glue up there, kind of you know, stroke the wire a bit, and then to get the glue into the hole, and then stick the wire in, and then push the wire down to create like a L-shaped hook that will really hold this model onto the base. And so I'm just going to repeat the process on the other side. But that's all I really wanted to show you. So let me just give you a little tour of what I did here. There we go. Hopefully that will focus on there. There you go. So I put down the half corking in a natural fashion, and then I glued the hoof on roughly, and then I put super glue along the edge. If you could feel this, you could feel that that's like solid rock there. So I put a little bit of super glue there, and then I put pinches of gravel on there and just let it set. This little piece, there was like a little hole there, so I just stuck this piece of cork in there and glued it in, and this is all like solid rock now. Super glue and texture makes like a cement, and oh, yeah, this isn't great quality, but you can get the idea. So guys, that is good corking, and of course I'll do more over the base, and I'm going to add some skulls and things like that, and of course shore up around this front hoof. We're going to do that one a little differently because I'm going to put the cork in like after the fact. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in. Roar.